Before I start this video, I have a Facebook group called Job Seekers in Germany. This is one of the most active Facebook groups I can tell you for job seekers for any kind of job. The first link in the description, that's where you can be part of. And yeah, if you have any questions, I have my team members who are part of this Facebook group to answer. Friedrichstraße station. 6 minutes walk from here you'll reach German Parliament, where this decision was made about immigration law, which has been spreading all over internet. But before I take you guys there, just want to make one thing very clear. Germany is not in the mood to make this another Middle East, okay, where anybody can come and start working, whether it's legal or illegal. Even though I said 6 minutes, if you walk fast, I think you'll reach in 3 minutes, because this is where the station is and this is the road. That's where German Parliament is. So I'm actually walking towards the Parliament. I think it's going to rain. But anyway, what I was saying is, if you think that by going to immigration consultant it's going to solve your problems, that person will get you here, let me tell you, you're wrong. There's so much to this whole topic and a lot of people are uninformed about it. I'm sorry that there are a lot of wrong people in this whole business. So the bigger question which comes to mind, technically an obvious question, is why now, when this whole law right here in this building was passed in 2018 December? In all honesty, I will tell you, I never wanted to make a sporadic decision. I never do that usually, and I wanted to educate myself on this topic thoroughly. I know there were a lot of information floating around on internet about this whole thing, like how Germany is welcoming people from different countries and they're looking out for workers to come and start working because they want to sustain their workforce. See, the reason I said that Germany is not in a mood to make this country another Middle East where everybody or anybody can come and work is because a lot of consulting companies are selling this whole idea of anybody can go and start working in Germany. Yes, I understand that anybody can start their new life in Germany. They have opened their doors, but they come with certain conditions. Not anybody literally can come and start working in Germany. First of all, they should get a visa for that. And to get a job seeker's visa, you need to have certain criteria. Like you have to be minimum bachelor's. Now there are stories coming out that you should be minimum 5 years experienced person. And there's a lot of layers to what we are talking. You guys have to understand, this is all legal framework. And Germany, when it comes to Germany, the bureaucratic system, I've been screaming this for years now on my channel, that things are not that easy the way things look like on internet or that next door guy told you about. The only thing I can tell you before I go on to the next part of this video is make your decisions wisely. Now, the best way to figure out whether this consulting guy who is trying to get money out of you for some reason, for whatever service he's promised to give, do one thing. Sit down one day, watch most of my videos related to job seekers, make a proper notes out of that, and make a question out of those informations what I've shared with you guys. Go and question that guy and see whether he's able to answer all that or not. See, at the end of the day, the whole conversation boils down to one and only one thing, which is the trust, right? Should I trust this guy or not? Should I trust with my own intuitions and I should be able to do it? Should I educate myself enough and then I go and do it myself, or should I hire someone who is capable enough to do my task? Alright, so I'm just going to take a moment and talk about what is this whole immigration law all about. Again, it's a huge topic. Literally, I feel that still eligible or educated enough to talk about on this particular topic to be able to give you concrete information about this. By no means I'm expert at this, but what happened on December 2018 was the current government and the coalition government and the opposition government, they all agreed on an agreement. Bear in mind, I'm choosing my words very carefully here, okay? So when I say agreement, it is basically a draft which was passed in the parliament and everyone agreed on that. It is still a draft. This draft still has to pass through two main legislative chambers, which is Bundestag, which is right behind me, this is the parliament, and Bundesrat. And in Bundesrat, that's where they make the laws and they put it in the constitution, and there are members for that. Let me tell you, I'm not one of those outsiders looking at this whole thing. I've been reading about this 150 pages draft which was drafted. I'm first-hand looking at all these job seekers who reach out to us via emails. They all want to come here, but with a more structured way. So last week what happened was, there was a guy who did his diploma in electrical engineering and worked in electrical field for last 13 years. Now he went to a consultant, and this consultant was like, hey, you do not have to give any IELTS. I will get you placed. I will get your job seekers visa. Again, getting a job seekers visa and glorifying that on internet and your social media, these consultants, how they do it, it's not a big thing. Let me tell you, the real trouble starts as soon as you land in this country and you're not able to land in a job which you desired for. World is not as of a hunky-dory what I may be making it look like. There's a real struggle which people have to put in as soon as they come on the ground. You have to be very much determined and very much mentally strong to get through this harder stage of your life. Anyway, coming back to this consultant guy, told him that he's going to land him in a job. He's going to make sure that he gets through all his paperwork, and all that. This diploma guy was so happy. And at some point, I think he saw one of my videos and he reached out to me, and I was like, wait, this is an issue which needs attention. I spoke to him and I was like, wait a second, I'm going to talk to this consultant guy. And I spoke to him. You won't believe, this dude has absolute no idea what is happening. And I pretended to be one of a client who's inquiring about job seekers visa, and I called him. And of course, as soon as I called this guy, I started grilling him with a lot of questions about, what do you know about this? You're charging me like 2.5 lakh rupees for what? Ultimately, I told the guy who I am and where I'm sitting and what is my involvement with job seekers, and of course he disconnected the phone immediately. Also, if you have closely noticed in some of my job seekers video, I do often talk about fears, right? Fear of holding you back, fear of what if I come there this far and not being able to get a job. I have to leave my current job. I have financial commitments. I have a baby to take care. I have a family to take care. I have a mom who is not well. I have to make sure that I make enough money to sustain my life, whether it's about my family's expectation or my education loan or my housing loan or some kind of loan. I understand that. I'm not being ignorant about all these things. See, the other alternative, what I see in this whole process is, if you think that you can't come this far and you're not ready to take this much risk of, I'm not sure whether I'll get the job or not, how about you amend your CV? How about you work on your new cover letter? How about you make your new LinkedIn profile maybe a better one? Get it checked by professionals who are expert at this whole topic. Maybe try that way. Again, life is full of alternatives. It's always better to look out for other ways to apply jobs than to keep applying same way and expecting a different results. It's not going to happen. Also, one of the point which we don't have to forget in this whole talk is, you have to see whether your job falls under skilled job or unskilled job, whether your job has a requirement in Germany, maybe in some other European country. Try there. Maybe try to apply jobs directly and keep applying from India itself. Maybe it's worth coming this far and looking out for a job. Again, you're the right person to answer for your own life. Definitely, the more risk you're willing to take, better life will reward you. That's what I've seen with people, and thousands of people who have come here on job seekers visa. I can tell you, at least I'm in touch with 20% of these people who have come into job seekers visa, because they all have watched some of my content. They got in touch. They are somewhere in the western side of Germany. Some of them are in Berlin, some of them are in Hamburg. Some of them start their struggles at a very early stage of not being able to find accommodation, not being able to get any acceptance within the first month. A lot of people start losing their hope. I can only support you morally and with whatever resources I have at my capacity. Yeah, just don't hesitate. Feel free to reach out to me via email and we'll see what can be done. Alright, so my last thought on this whole topic is, try to be vigilant, number one. Number two is, focus more on the basics, which is getting your CV and cover letter ready, and at the same time getting your skills ready, because a lot of times I've seen that people are able to give interviews but not able to clear those interviews because they are not technically ready for that. Third thing what I can tell you is, buy LinkedIn premium package so that you can reach out to experts in the industry, whichever industry you come from. Try to talk to experts and make that professional network, if possible, digitally or have a physical presence somehow. And one last thing I can tell you definitely is, it's worth coming on a job seekers visa. Definitely if you come with a good planning. If you've already spoken to some of the employers here, if you're already in touch with some people whom you know, if you have already got in touch with people who are already on a job seekers visa, or maybe you can make your own community of people once you're coming in Berlin city. City, once you're coming in Hamburg City, try to get in touch with other job seekers who are coming. Maybe they can be from some other industry, which is still fine, but you will have some kind of moral support, and of course we are always there to help you guys out, you know that. Anyway, on this note, I would like to say goodbye, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.